What up, sports fans? I'm Paulo Camacho, and this is the Macho Sports Report, where I talk to you about the sports stories that matter to me, hopefully matter to you. Alright, here comes another Unscripted for you. I was taking a look at the Money in the Bank card, and it seems here that heading into Thursday night SmackDown, we have ourselves 8 locked-in matches. Let's see, so we got Sheamus versus Apollo Crews, Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin, again. Got the Fatal 4-Way between the New Day, the Vaudevillains, Enzo and Cass, and the Club. That's for the WWE Tag Team Championship. We got a women's tag team match between Charlotte and Dana Brooke and Becky Lynch and Natalya. And then we got the US title match between Rusev and Titus O'Neil. Did you really expect Titus O'Neil to be the next guy up to face Rusev? Because I sure as hell didn't. Then you got your main card. You got this really built-up WrestleMania-level match between AJ Styles and John Cena. The Money in the Bank ladder match between Cesaro, KO, Sami Zayn, Alberto Del Rio, Dean Ambrose, and Chris Jericho. And obviously you have Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for the WWE Heavyweight Championship. So let's talk about each of these matches. What the hell? Let's start with the undercard. So you got Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin. Why the hell are they doing this again? I have no idea what this storyline is. They've been doing this for 2 months now. For the love of God, Baron, fight someone else. I'll just go with Baron. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I don't know if Dolph is supposed to be putting Baron over or what, but let's just say Baron is going to win this match. Sheamus versus Apollo Crews. They've been building up for weeks here about Apollo Crews standing up for himself, and for whatever reason, Sheamus bullying him. Okay, sure, whatever. I get it. It's that whole anti-bullying campaign thing that they've been touting for. I haven't been following it that long. If they want him to be in a long-term feud with somebody, then Sheamus is gonna win. If they try to put Apollo Crews over, obviously he's going to win this match. As for the Fatal 4-Way for the World Tag Team Championship, this really could go a number of ways. I could easily see the Club winning this just because they need to be put over in some way, shape, or form. Their matches at Payback and Extreme Rules have cemented them as strong tag teams, but at the same time, they need to be put over in such a way where they look dangerous. What I mean by that is they have to look, oh my God, these guys are insanely good, and I don't know who can beat them. If I were to make a prediction, it's gonna go one of 2 ways. Either the New Day wins and takes their tag team championships to SummerSlam, or the Club wins and they take those titles to next year's WrestleMania. Because honestly, it makes sense for the Club to be put over that way. All right, let's move on to the tag match between Charlotte and Dana Brooke and Natalya and Becky Lynch. I've actually thought about this in a couple of different ways because they've already framed Charlotte and Dana Brooke as a wavering tag team. I don't know if that's going to change on Thursday when they film SmackDown, but on Monday, they showed that Dana Brooke was overzealous and made it a shaky partnership. So because of that, they could enter Money in the Bank on this still shaky relationship, and that could evolve into something else. But that doesn't really make sense considering Charlotte allied herself with Dana Brooke after rejecting her father. Now, it could be a swerve where that partnership explodes and then back comes Ric Flair and they tricked everybody for some reason. But when you really think about it, that doesn't make much sense, does it? So my other thought about this was that whole thing is kind of a distraction between Charlotte and Dana Brooke. When this tag team match takes place, and this sounds crazy, but it wouldn't surprise me if Natalya turned heel, joined Dana Brooke and Charlotte, and then ganged up on Becky Lynch. Or you could make the case that Becky Lynch will do that to Natalya. There is an amount of foreshadow somewhere in there when Becky Lynch said that she had Natalya's back. So it really could go that way, and it wouldn't surprise me that much. But it would be pretty clever. As for Rusev and Titus O'Neil, I can't imagine Titus beating Rusev now. It's gonna take a couple more pay-per-views for Rusev to really be in danger of losing his title. He just got it at Payback. That was 2 pay-per-views ago. In that case, he's not losing it. Not for a while. They need a heel champion for the US Championship because if they push John Cena towards the US title again, it only makes sense for a heel champion to be there when he takes it. It would also be interesting to see Titus O'Neil fight somebody like John Cena for the US title, but at the same time, you know, you gotta have that good versus evil thing for as much of a face John Cena actually is. Rusev is obviously beating Titus O'Neil, and I don't really think there's a question there. All right, let's get to the main card. You got AJ Styles versus John Cena, and they've really been pushing this whole idea of AJ Styles not having help from the club. And again, this could go one of two ways. One, AJ Styles beats John Cena clean by himself and really shows that he's a force to be reckoned with even without the club. In which case, it would further solidify him as a damn good heel, because if he can do it by himself and beat John Cena clean after all this time basically being a face since he debuted at Royal Rumble, and then essentially get buried in every match that he fights in, you know, pay-per-views and stuff, I think that would only be fair for AJ Styles, for John Cena to put him over. Or it could be that AJ Styles realizes he can't beat John Cena and then just gets the club out there anyway, forfeits the match, and then they just beat him down again, which wouldn't be all that clever. It would kind of be a cop-out, but it could set something up for SummerSlam or something else in the near future, so who knows. As for the Money in the Bank ladder match, I have no freaking clue who's going to win it. I guess if you were to make me pick, it's probably going to be either Kevin Owens or I'll say Cesaro. The reason I don't say Sami Zayn is because I feel like he'll have his chance later this year, maybe even at SummerSlam, to go after another title. Maybe the US, maybe the Intercontinental again, because somebody's got to go after The Miz, right? I'm not going with Jericho because it wouldn't make any sense to give him a title shot now. It's Jericho. No offense to Jericho, but like, how would that be at all an interesting storyline to have a guy like Jericho have Money in the Bank? That's just me. I don't think many people care about Del Rio to begin with, so I really doubt he's going to win it now. That's not going to make him any more interesting. I suppose Dean Ambrose has a shot at winning, but again, if I were a betting man, I'm not putting my money on Dean Ambrose, because would they really follow through with that whole Shield reunion for the WWE title? I don't think so. I mean, they teased it, but come on, guys. Do you really think the WWE's going to give that to us? Because I sure as hell don't. So again, if I had to choose, I'm going with either Cesaro, because Cesaro needs a push. That guy is too good to stay in the mid-card. And Kevin Owens, because one, it would propel that storyline of going over on Sami Zayn, and two, there needs to be more heels going for the big championships. So, who knows? Could be wrong. We'll see. Alright, let's get to the World Heavyweight Championship match between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. And I gotta say, I'm a bit impressed by Roman Reigns over the past few weeks. He's been showing some signs of character, which hasn't really been the case over the past couple months since he won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. But I kind of like that dynamic of two old friends battling for a championship that both of them won and neither of them lost. You know, that whole idea of Seth Rollins never lost the title and blah, blah, blah. And then you have to think about the dynamic between the crowd and what's going on in the ring, because God knows there's so many people who still hate Roman Reigns and a lot of people who are really, really psyched that Seth Rollins is back. Oh, Seth! Seth Rollins is back! Whoa! And wants to see him fight. So, with that in mind, I still gotta give it to Reigns, because it wouldn't make sense for him to drop it now. In order for Reigns to drop the title, he has to drop it somewhere big. Then again, for the WWE to swerve the crowd and then give the title back to Reigns, I think that would be something that could propel itself to SummerSlam by itself. So honestly, it really could go either way, I guess. But if I were a betting man, I'd say that Roman Reigns is keeping the championship. That's kind of just the reality of things these days. Those are my predictions, and those are my thoughts on Money in the Bank coming up on Sunday. With all that said, I'm Paulo Camacho, and this has been the Macho Sports Report. Peace out, sports fans!